Mimi Crafty Crojo here. My name is Betsy. Today I wanted to take a moment and see if I could just talk to you guys a little bit about the wonders of YouTube and what you can do with it and how you can learn from the many different creators that are out there. I have had many people comment on my videos and say, oh, I wish I could learn how to crochet and make some of the beautiful things that you have made. Well, truth be told, you can do that through the wonders of YouTube. And I can tell you a little bit about how you would be able to do that. You can also use it to learn a variety of different things or to experience things. For instance, I use YouTube a lot of times. I will reference cooking and gardening and sewing and a lot of other things. I enjoy watching the fishing videos and you know, there is a whole world of things that you can experience, learn from, grow with, using YouTube and getting to know some of the creators that are on here. If you are interested in learning how to crochet, I can give you just a few little tips and you can take it from there, and I can direct you to someone that I think will be able to teach you from the very beginning, step one, how to be successful with it. And more than anything, I want you to be successful regardless of what it is you choose to do on YouTube. I've learned even, you name it. I've refurbished a vacuum cleaner recently, and instead of buying another $800 vacuum, it cost me a little over $100 to buy the parts and fix it. It's very good in that sense, because if something breaks, for instance, if you go on YouTube and you look up the problem that you are experiencing, one of two things can happen. You can possibly fix it yourself at a very low cost, or you can educate yourself to the problem that you are experiencing, so that when you do call that repairman out, you will have a better idea as to what it is that you are working with and about how much money it will actually cost you and time that it will take to get the job done, which can save you sometimes hundreds of dollars, sometimes thousands of dollars. It really is. It's a great thing to use this platform to look at all the different aspects of your life. So if you want to learn how to crochet, you're only going to need a couple of little things, and I'm going to show them to you, and then I will direct you to the person that I think can teach you the best. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is a tapestry needle, just a little sewing needle. You will need a pair of scissors. I like these little fold-up ones. I keep them in my bag. And you will need crochet hooks. These are what the brand is called, Clover and More. I really like these. Everybody has their preference. There is no right or wrong. Some people use a plain skinny metal hook. Some people use the bigger, bulkier custom hooks. They come wooden, they come stone, they come all different ways. You can spend a couple of dollars for a hook. You can spend over $100 for a hook. It really, your options are like anything else. It's endless. But these hooks here average somewhere between $5 a piece and I would say $14, $15 a piece. However, if you go on Amazon, you can purchase an entire set of these hooks. Normally they have a pretty good deal, and you can get a full set of them for about $28 or so. So it's not a huge investment, but what I like about these are the handles are sort of a rubberized feel, so your hand doesn't slip on them. It also is very comfortable. If you see right here, there's like a little flat piece on it. The metal hooks usually have some sort of a print here, and because of the way I hold my hook and I crochet and the movement of my hand, that sometimes will make my fingers very sore. So what works for me may not work for you. However, these are pretty much a no-fail. Pretty much everybody who has tried them likes them. You can get them in Michael's, Joann's, I think Hobby Lobby, most of the big box stores, and like I said, Amazon. I would say don't buy, if you're just going to buy a couple, don't buy small sizes. Buy an H hook, an I hook, and a J hook. You don't want to start off too small, because you want to be able to see your stitches. And the main thing, I want you to be set up for success when you do this. And most of your patterns will call for one of these 3 sizes, and they're a pretty comfortable size in which to work. You can always go smaller. You can always buy thinner yarns as you progress along, and you can go up to the fancier hooks at any given time. So you'll need the hooks. You will also need, I would say, a skein of yarn. I would say don't buy something like this that has a lot of variation in your color. Buy a very inexpensive ball of acrylic yarn. This is Red Heart Super Saver, and buy a light color. Don't buy a dark color. Buy anything that is light, something like this, white, yellow, mint green, whatever. And the reason I say that is when you first start out, you're really going to need to focus on your stitches and be able to count your stitches and see where they are. And when you use a variegated yarn, or you use something, along this line, sometimes, or something that's like very bulky or fuzzy, they're too thick, or when your color changes, sometimes it's very hard for you to see where your stitches are going to need to go. So buy an inexpensive ball of yarn to practice with. Again, a few dollars, not going to cost you much. If you were to buy the whole set of hooks, for under $50, you can start yourself off out on the path to crochet. I don't even think it would cost you that much, maybe $30. So that being said, there are a few things that I can say to you that I have experienced, and I think they're kind of important. Watch as many of the creators as you want to watch, but settle in on one specific creator to teach you. I'm not going to tell you on this date in time to come to my channel. I don't have any tutorials up right now anyway, but I'm not going to tell you to come to my channel for me to teach you how to crochet. I'm going to tell you to go to the OG of crochet, who's been doing this for a very long time, is an absolute wonderful teacher, and she can take you step by step through the process. That OG hooker, as we call ourselves, is Crystal from Bag O' Day. Now, there are many other creators out there that are very good. However, Crystal has a method of teaching that I think anybody can learn from. She is very calm. She takes her time. Her setup is there, so you can really see where your stitches are going to go, exactly where to place them. She's very specific about how she shows you how to yarn over and do your stitches. So although there are many other people out there doing tutorials, I would say if you really want to take the time to learn, choose one creator and learn from that one creator before you start moving on to a bunch of different people. It's important to master the basic skill before you branch out. That would be my suggestion. I see a lot of people doing videos. Some of the creators have put tutorials up, some as recent as yesterday, and after I've been crocheting for probably 8 or 10 years now, and I'm going to be honest, some of them the manner in which they're trying to show you how to do something can be confusing. Sometimes I will sit and I will listen to what they're saying and just try to crochet along. But if they aren't specific with their instructions, then it's like, okay, well, within the first row, I'm already making a mistake. So it's really important, I believe, to learn from somebody who has mastered the skill of putting out a tutorial. And I believe that person would be Crystal from Bag O' Day. I've learned so much from her. I can tell you that her patterns, every single thing that I have made of hers, pattern-wise, has always come out exactly as it's supposed to. So her patterns are very well written. They are user-friendly. She gives you the free tutorial aspect online on YouTube. If you want to purchase her patterns, they are available on her Etsy shop. So you can print off your patterns. And that's another good thing to do. If you want to learn how to read a crochet pattern, it's really good to have the written pattern in front of you, even as you're watching a tutorial, because you want to reference back and forth so you will begin to understand the way a pattern is written, the terminology, how to place your stitches, etc., etc. So I think that Krista would be a great person to start with. I'm not so good about linking things, but I will try to, I'll type her information in and you can go over to her channel. It's Bag O' Day Crochet with Crystal. Great girl. Very, very generous. Wonderful heart. She's a mom. Yeah, I think you would be very, very happy with Crystal, as all of us seasoned crocheters are. I don't think there's anybody out here that has anything that we could say that we don't like. I love her. I mean, she's taught me a lot. So yeah, you can do whatever you set your mind to with the assistance of YouTube to guide you. But yeah, if you stick with one basic creator and you watch them and you learn from them, I think you will find yourself to be a lot more successful. Another thing is, when you do decide to sit down and try for your first time, say for instance you want to learn how to make that very first thing, which would be a slip knot and then your chain, watch the whole video before you even pick up the hook or the yarn. Watch it from beginning to end, and then go back and restart the video, and then pick up your crochet hook and your yarn. And the reason I say that is you want to familiarize yourself with what it is that she is saying and doing, so that then when you do go to pick up the hook and the yarn, you'll know exactly what she's referring to, and you can then go forward and you can pause the video as you need to and then move along. And you'll find that you'll be able to make many different things. My video cut out, so I'm not sure I can edit these two together, but I'm going to try. I was saying the next thing I can suggest to you is to start small. Choose a project that is a small project, such as a washcloth or a dishcloth. Even if you don't use any of those things, and you probably wouldn't want to make a washcloth or a dishcloth out of acrylic. You really would probably want to do it in cotton. So, but for practice purposes, do it in the acrylic, which is just less expensive till you get the hang of it. Once you master that, you can move on to bigger items. The one thing that I will say about doing something such as a washcloth or a dishcloth, you're going to have a small square or rectangular project, which will allow you to do what is very important as you are learning, is to count your stitches across. Always making sure that you get your first stitch and your last stitch so that your project stays nice and straight up and down and it doesn't go wonky off to the side. So many people, when they're learning, always say, well, why does my project, I'm making a blanket, and why does it go off to the right or the left? Well, the general rule of thumb is you're not counting your stitches as you go. If every so often you stop what you're doing and you count your stitches across to make sure you're in the right groove of your pattern, your lines will stay straight. The same thing when you are working even like in the round, and use stitch markers. Use a stitch marker. It could be a safety pin, a bobby pin. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, but mark your first stitch and your last stitch. Use a piece of scrap yarn, put it through. I mean, you know, it's a simple thing to do, but it will save you lots of time, and it will help you in the process of learning exactly where to place the stitches. So that being said, I hope that each and every one of you go and try your hand at learning how to crochet, or learning how to plant a flower, watching it grow, learning how to propagate something. Yeah, I mean, learn how to put the worm on the hook. Start an adventure. You know, it doesn't cost much, and it is amazing the things that you can do. And I hope that each and every one of you find success along the way. You can always pop over to my channel if you have a question. You can leave me a comment and I will get back to you. And I will try to direct you to the best person possible to help you out with something if in the event that I can't do it for you. I haven't done tutorials yet. I'm not set up for it. I don't have a tripod to put my phone in. I don't have a camera, and I don't have like a ring light. I'm just not set up for it yet. I haven't had the extra money to go out and buy a lot of the things that I need to start doing things at a much deeper level. So I'm hoping that in a little bit of time I'll be able to set myself up so that I can possibly bring you a little more content and and delve into this venture just a little bit deeper. So until the next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy your YouTube journey, and do something that you love to do and makes you happy. I'd like to just end on saying, let's all say a prayer for Linda, Just a Crochet Sister. She hasn't been feeling all that well, and she is such a sweet and loving person and has helped so many people out with her kindness in the community. And I hope that, Linda, you are resting well, and that God is helping you with your journey right now, and hoping that you are feeling just a little bit better. You are a sweetheart to so many people, including myself. I love you so much. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye for now. I have a whole bunch of stuff to show you, and finished stuff and other videos I need to make. And I'll have to see if I can find some more time to get it in here when it's quiet. The dogs aren't going crazy. So have a great day, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye now.